शेवटी हॅलो काय नाही याच्यासाठी फोन केला मी परिस्थिती काय होतं जीवन काय होतं का ना लाईटीमध्ये किराक ठीक आहे म्हणतात गाडी त्यालाच घे म्हणतात.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have our distinguished guests on the dais who join us here this evening, taking time out of their busy schedules, and we'd like to take this opportunity to felicitate them as a token of our respect and appreciation. I would like to request
our chairman, Mr. Dushan Mulani, to felicitate our guest of honor, Honorable Sri Rohan Kaute, Minister of Tourism, IT, EMC and Printing and Stationery, Government of Goa.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, please. A round of applause as we felicitate our guest of honor, Mr. Rohan Kaute. If we can have the mementos on stage, please. We're honored to present our distinguished guests with a shawl. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the slight delay, but of course we are honored to have our guest of honor join us this evening, and of course we are going to hear all our esteemed dignitaries on the dais address us a little later in the evening. Just bear with us just a moment while we get our tokens of appreciation onto the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a louder round of applause, please, for our guest of honor. Thank you so much for joining us. We would now like to honor Mr. Sanjay Kumar Agarwal, Chairman, CBIC. And I would like to request Mr. Mulani and Mr. Shinde Jaisa if you'll do the honors. A round of applause, please, for Mr. Sanjay Kumar Agarwal. Thank you for joining us this evening, sir. Let's put our hands together one more time, please, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Sanjay Kumar Agarwal. We would now like to thank and felicitate Dr. Kuno Mikuria, former Secretary General, WCO. A round of applause, please, requesting Mr. Shinde and Mr. Mulani to please do the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. Kuno Mikuria. Let's have a big hand, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us, sir. We are honored to have you with us this evening. I would now like to request Mr. Shinde and Mr. Malani to please felicitate Mr. Neeraj Ambani, President, Reliance Group. Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand please for Mr. Neeraj Ambani, President, Reliance Group. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I once again request Mr. Malani and Mr. Shinde to please felicitate Captain BBJK Sharma, CEO, Navi Mumbai International Airport. Let's have a big hand, ladies and gentlemen, for Captain BBJK Sharma. Put our hands together one more time, please, ladies and gentlemen, for Captain BBJK Sharma. Thank you, Mr. Captain, for joining us here this evening. And I'd also like to thank Mr. Dushyant Mulani, Chairman, Triple FAI, and Mr. Shankar Shinde, Convener, Convention, Triple FAI, for doing the honours. And now to formally welcome you all, I invite Mr. Shankar Shinde, Convener, Convention, Triple FAI, to deliver the welcome address. A round of applause, please, for Mr. Shankar Shinde.
Good evening. Very warm welcome to Goa. My dear friends, we have seen all our friends traveling far away, all the parts of the India, from various parts of countries, and also, in spite of taking all precautions, that we are safe from rains, but even rains did not stop. They wanted to witness our convention, and we are blessed with the rains also. A very warm welcome to all our guests today. We are privileged to have our guests today at the event. Our Silver Jubilee Convention, and it's really great to have here. With the last convention we had in 2009, and now we are having this in 2025. And for this event, we have our guest, chief guest for the event, who will be surely joining us shortly, Honorable Minister, Honorable Union Minister, Mr. Sripal Naik ji. And now we already have our Union Honorable Minister for Tourism and IT, Mr. Rohan Kaunte. Welcome, sir. We also welcome Dr. Kino Mikuria, former Secretary General, World Customs Organization. It's a pleasure to have former Secretary General, Dr. Kino Mikuria. Welcome, sir. It's with great pleasure to have our respected Honorable CBIC Chairman, Mr. Sanjay Kumar Agarwal ji. Welcome, sir. Mr. Neeraj Ambani, Reliance Group President, Captain Sharma, CEO of Navi Mumbai International Airport, dignitaries of the dais, Mr. Dushyant Mulani, Chairman AAA, Mr. Amit Kamath, Chairman-elect, dignitaries of the dais, Mr. Turgut traveling all the way from Turkey, welcome sir. Mr. Fernandez, welcome sir. And all my colleagues from FAI, Board of Advisors from FAI, past chairmen, and my dear colleagues, delegates, sponsors, a great welcome to all of you. Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, esteemed delegates, valued partners, and ever-energetic freight forwarding fraternity, welcome to you all. Welcome to Goa. Welcome to Possibility. Welcome to the 25th Biennial Convention of FAI, Federation of Freight Forwarders Association in India, a silver milestone of a golden journey. As a convener of this landmark event, it is both my honor and my privilege to open what I believe will be one of the most significant gatherings in the history of Indian logistics. We are here at convention to experience the moment, to explore the opportunities. And at this convention is not just a date on the calendar, but it's a declaration. It's a declaration that logistics is no longer a back office. It's a front page. That supply chains are not just pipelines, they are lifelines. And that we, the partners in the supply chain, and not just the facilitators of the trade, we are architects of transformations. Our theme of the convention, enhancing strategic partnership, unleashing potential, is not a slogan, but a way forward toward growth and sustainability. The theme very much amplifies why we have been choosing the theme is we live in an era of where geopolitical shifts supply chain, where data travels faster than cargo, and where partnership, not products, determine performance. Let me say this clearly. Collaboration is no longer optional, but is only an option. Digital intelligence and automation, custom modernization, India's role in international trade corridors, and yes, the role of people. Because no AI can replace our Atmanirbhar intent. A call to rise together. Before I conclude, India doesn't just need faster logistics, India needs fearless logisticians. We are the ones who stood through COVID, we are the ones who pivoted through Ukraine crisis, we are the ones who will move India to its $5 trillion economy exports, and we'll do it together. They say, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. But let me add this. If you want to change the world, go with a purpose, go with partnership, and go with pride. Let's enhance strategic partnership. Let's unleash our collective potential. Let's dream a future that the world doesn't watch us but admire. We welcome once again to the FAI 2025 convention and welcome the future. Jai Hind. Thank you once again and look forward for your continuous 3 days participation in this event to take away, to get a great opportunity out of this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shinde, for the warm words of welcome. I would now like to request Mr. Dushyant Mulani, Chairman, FAI, to deliver the opening address. A round of applause, please, for Mr. Dushyant Mulani.
Opening
evening all. First of all, sincere apologies for this delay in starting of the program. It coincides with few of the visits of VIPs and then the rest of the cascading effect. Sincere apologies for the same. Warm welcome from FFA. Dignitaries on the dais. We are most fortunate to have with us today Honorable Minister of Tourism of Goa, Mr. Rohan County. Rohanji, this is your home state, and this is like a festival of logistics and education here. And we've been fortunate enough to have been graced with presence of Mr. Sanjay Kumar Agarwal, Chairman CBIC, and people are looking at a keynote address by Sanjay Kumar Agarwal ji. We have with us former WCO Secretary General Mr. Kino Mukherjee. Welcome to India, sir. Especially he's flown down for this event. We have with us industry majors, Shri Neeraj Ambani ji, and he's going to enlighten us with the perspective of industry. We have with us Captain B.V.J. Sharma, a person who has got vast experience in ports, shipping, and now on airport side. He is constructing the latest Navi Mumbai International Airport in Shahid Western. My colleagues, Mr. Shankar Shinde, convener, Mr. Amit Kamar. We are fortunate to have also presence of commissioners out there, Mr. Deshmukh, Mr. Upadhyay, Mr. Yogendra Singh, and other senior officers. FIATA President, Mr. Turgut, who's also flown down specially. My colleagues, office bearers, and youngster team who have ensured that this event, which was being planned for the past 8 months, has now fructified. I also give a sincere thanks to my seniors out there, my board of advisors, all of them, and with their guidance, all the entire event has taken place. Friends, very recently, last month, we had this attack on Indian tourists at Pahalgam. What ensued thereafter was a different, it was not a normal reaction. Operation Sindoor came up. And friends, this was not a reactionary action by Indian government. Our country has specifically on global scale conveyed that India aspires for peace. India aspires for ensuring progress across the region and global scale. And when it is disturbed, India will take ahead its message of protecting its borders, its frontiers, and yes, we all are able to conduct our day-to-day business. We are safe thanks to Indian Army and Indian military. Thank you. On global scale, the response in this segment, which has gone up, we have to take a lot of positives out of it. We have to ensure that ethos which was built up for this particular exercise, the discipline with which this was executed, how do we execute in our day-to-day work? How do we create that task force within us? How do we create that discipline to ensure that planning to the final points is carried out? how do we ensure that the force which is built up, teamwork, that is going to take us to the global scale. And we want to overcome the unwanted practices. We want to ensure that unwanted delays which are happening. We want to ensure that we follow the path of progress. We follow the path of ensuring that our Indian business goes up and gathers the steam to compete on global scale. FFA, which was established in 1962, my predecessors have worked really hard to establish this institution on a national level. They've ensured that the focus is on the minutest of the details regarding export and import custom clearances and logistics. The representations that are done by FFA to various quarters, being in the policy consultation process with lot of statutory agencies, we ensure that the representation which takes place is for progress, is for protecting the MSMEs, the micro and small medium enterprises, generating employment, including women in the field of EXIM logistics, and finally ensuring that compliant trade operating environment is built up across the country. While we are on this subject, FFA has embarked on ensuring that training and skill development is taken very intently across the country, every nook and corner of the country. We have tied up with various institutions besides having a course which is ratified by FIATA. Furthermore, we also have our curriculums which are along with IIM Mumbai, Indian Institute of Foreign Trade. These courses are giving opportunities to thousands of youth in the country to ensure that they get engaged in creating first-time employment opportunities, and we have been especially focusing on curating the entrepreneurship. Handling business today across the spectrum, we hear a lot about artificial intelligence. Friends, we have made an effort while we embrace and ensure that artificial intelligence is engaged to handle our day-to-day businesses. We are focusing on human intelligence, how to create capacity building, how to ensure that our fraternity creates a thought leadership. That today, when we start, we are looking at that Indian logistic companies, Indian custom brokers, freight forwarders, the logistic service providers look at the global scale. And yes, sir, in years to come, we find that opportunities are abundant, and we are going to have the kind of logistic growth which is projected. We will be having Indian companies to work on global scale. We are going to showcase these, and on next 2 days in our business sessions, we've got speakers across the spectrum, right from international speakers, CBIC, Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Shipping, we have FIATA is here, we have World Bank, World Customs Organization, and private sector bodies. They will be showcasing us, showing us the path, where we will be going in future. Finally, when it comes at leadership, we have to showcase Indian Army, and we are fortunate that next 2 days we have curated special family sessions. And it's heartening to note that so many families, the spouses are here today. And we've curated sessions to ensure that they get the appropriate inputs regarding leadership, showcase our country's growth path, and the most special guest on last day would be Lieutenant General retired KJS Dillon. He would be imparting his and sharing his experience regarding leadership, what army goes through. It is when there is a war, there is some natural calamity, yet army ensures that logistic wins the war, logistic takes place, and what mindset is required to ensure that in spite of the turbulences, Indian Army helps us to win the war. And friends, before we close, we have an esteemed guest today. We are going to discuss a lot of things. Sanjay sir, CBIC has made us proud. When he speak to our international delegates out here before the sessions, showcasing what CBIC, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Commerce has done for trade and commerce in this country is exemplary. We've got a special pavilion for CBIC here today. And yes, the entire trade and industry is looking up at working in tandem with CBIC to create a compliant trade working environment with timelines set down for each processes. We are looking up at custom integrated session which your team is here. They will be giving the presentation tomorrow. We would be having the session on digitalization, and we want to ensure that Indian trade and industry prospers with your guidance, with your support, and will take it ahead. So thank you all for being here, and we are all looking up at keynote address and further guidance by our honorable ministers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mulani, for your insightful opening address. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's now our privilege to invite our keynote speaker, Mr. Sanjay Kumar Agarwal, Chairman, CBIC, to share his insights with us. A round of applause, please. Mr. Agarwal.
Honorable Minister of Tourism and IT, Government of Goa, Shri Rohan Kunte, Dr. Kunju Mukuria, former Secretary General WCO, Shri Dushyant Mulani ji, Chairman FFAI, other distinguished dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, industry partners, international delegates, fellow colleagues from the government, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all of you. It is a privilege to be with you today at the 25th Biennial Convention of FFAI. I would like to congratulate the Federation for its unwavering commitment to strengthening India's logistics sector and serving as a vital bridge between the government and the freight forwarding community since its inception. As we mark the Silver Jubilee edition of the convention, it is also a moment to reflect on our shared journey of transforming the Indian landscape of exim trade into more facilitated, technology-driven and globally competitive. India's growth story is intrinsically linked to the strength of its logistics and infrastructure. under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister, we have embarked on a transformative journey towards Viksit Bharat, where seamless and efficient logistics will be the backbone of our economic progress. CBIC has been following a whole of government and coordinated border management approach, where all regulatory agencies and cargo handling entities, including shipping lines, terminals, custodians, custom brokers involved in the clearance of cargo, work in concert to achieve measurable outcomes. We are all aware of the Honorable Prime Minister's vision for multimodal infrastructure connectivity through the PM Gati Shakti Master Plan. It aims to address the past issues through holistic planning for stakeholders for major infrastructure projects and improve the global competitiveness of local products by cutting down logistics costs and improving the supply chains, while ensuring proper linkages for local industry and consumers. The contribution of the logistics stakeholders present here today are invaluable in realizing this vision. Supplementing this vision, the National Logistics Policy (NLP) was given shape to develop a technologically enabled, integrated, cost-efficient, resilient, sustainable, and trusted logistics ecosystem in the country for accelerated and inclusive growth. The wide-ranging targets include a reduction in the cost of logistics in India to be comparable to global benchmarks by 2030 and improving the logistics performance index to make India among the top 25 countries by 2030. There is no doubt that India has made significant progress in improving its logistics landscape, as reflected in our ascent in the World Bank's Logistics Performance Index from a rank of 54 in 2014 to 38 in 2023. However, while such indices offer valuable direction, they are also based on subjective responses and methodological assumptions that can vary over time. Similarly, when it comes to logistics costs, the estimates differ widely, ranging from 14% to 9% of GDP in various studies, compared to the global benchmark of around 8%. Reports by various institutions highlight significant interport and intermodal variations. Given this disparity, I would like to urge the logistics community, research bodies, and academic institutions to come forward and undertake a comprehensive data-driven analysis of logistics costs in today's context. We must objectively assess how far we have come and what more needs to be done to meet global standards, not just in perception, but in measurable performance and cost efficiency. Through this platform, I would like to reaffirm that CBIC is committed to facilitating legitimate trade and improving the ease of doing business, and to make our product procedures as business friendly as possible, while maintaining the highest standards of compliance and security. Here, I would like to quote the Honorable Union Finance Minister, who in her budget speech of 2022 said, and I quote, "Customs administration has reinvented itself over the years through liberalized procedures and infusion of technology. Customs reforms have played a very vital role in domestic supply creation, domestic capacity creation, providing level playing field to our MSMEs, easing the raw material supply side constraints, enhancing ease of doing business, and being an enabler to other policy initiatives such as PLI and phase manufacturing plan. Unquote. This basic ideology is evident from the National Trade Facilitation Action Plan of 2024 and to 2027. And this action plan emphasizes synergy in customs and logistics for a robust supply chain and export competitiveness. Recently, CBIC has launched electronic e-bond and e-bank guarantee facility for taxpayers to replace multiple bonds and bank guarantees with a single streamlined digital bond, simplifying the process and reducing paperwork for taxpayers. Another key initiative that is vague in Hindi or in expanded form, Vision for Expeditious Goods Release on Arrival, was launched to promote the swift movement of goods, and this facility allows authorized economic operators to directly move their import cargo to their premises, where cargo examination will be carried out. Further, risk-based uniform examination orders across ports have been implemented, ensuring consistency, speed, and cost efficiency in physical inspections. This has been further reinforced by the use of ice taps. You can see the pamphlets on ice taps in the customs pavilion which has been set up outside this conference hall, where the mobile tablets that allow officers to upload examination reports in real time, eliminating paperwork and delays. To support e-commerce, we have implemented digital filing and clearance of exports through the postal route and a simplified re-import procedure for jewelry exports via courier. All these are steps aimed at empowering MSMEs and niche sectors. CBIC, through its focus on digitalization, automation, and use of data analytics, has already made significant strides in improving the efficiency of customs operations. As per the National Time Release Study, last year published by CBIC, majority of the ports have witnessed a reduction in the average release time in 2024 as compared to the previous year. A significant 50% reduction in case of integrated check posts has been noticed, and reduction in case of air cargo complexes is 6%. In a major policy change this year, definitive time limit for finalizing provisional assessment under the Customs Act has been introduced. It was a long-standing trade concern. The process must now be completed within 2 years, extendable by 1 year, and it brings a greater predictability and cost efficiency. As part of the Government of India's vision to build a future-ready logistics landscape, substantial investments are being promoted in smart ports, automation, and real-time tracking infrastructure. Non-intrusive technologies such as baggage and container scanners have been deployed at airports and seaports to reduce the manual examination. At present, 24 container scanners have been installed at various seaports. Let me assure you, all these initiatives are not endpoints, but milestones on a journey. We are actively working with the stakeholders to deepen automation, adopt AI/ML based risk management, and align our procedures with global best practices. As an example, I would like to inform that CBIC is working on customs integrated system, which will bring all the custom processes on a single platform and iron out the differing practices depending upon the mode of transportation. I would also like to mention that CBIC is entering into international collaboration with other customs administrations, and CBIC is pursuing the goal of secure, seamless and efficient global trade by deepening bilateral engagements and engaging our systems with global best practices. A cornerstone of this effort has been signing of mutual recognition arrangements of AUs with various customs administrations, and the most recent one was signed with Singapore. Beyond MRS, CBIC is actively engaging in customs cooperation as part of trade agreements to facilitate the lawful movement of goods, prevent fraud, and enable real-time data sharing between partner countries. To conclude, Indian customs today is no longer just a gatekeeper, but a facilitator of trade. This transformation is not possible without the partnership and proactive support of organizations like FFAI. Together, we must work toward a vision where every container cleared, every refund processed, and every grievance resolved is a reflection of trust and partnership between customs and trade. I once again congratulate FFAI for their exemplary role over the past decades and look forward to continued collaboration as we chart the next chapter of Indian logistics reforms. I convey my sincere wishes for the grand success of the 25th Biennial Convention of FFAI. The convention's meticulously curated agenda underscores the breadth and depth of discourse that this distinguished gathering seeks to pursue. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Chairman Shri Sanjay Agarwal ji, for your insightful keynote address. Indeed, customs with its trade facilitation and partnership with the exhibit trade, and we have made a lot of progress in reducing the transaction cost and the time which it takes for clearance of goods to Indian borders. And it's really from over the years has been very, very trade friendly. We thank you once again for all the information which you have provided about the developments in customs to the audience over here. I would now request former Secretary General of World Customs Organization, Mr. Punyo Mukherjee, to give his address.
Applause, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening. Honorable Minister of Tourism and IT, Mr. Rohan Kante, CBIC Chairman, Mr. Sanjay Kumar Agarwal, FFI President Shankar Shainde, other dignitaries, and honorable participants. It is really a pleasure and honor for me to participate in this important session of the logistic sector. If I recall my 15 years as Secretary General, quite often I have been inspired by the transformative journey of India. When I took over, even before that, I came to India to see how transformation is made by using information technology, but also by strengthening partnership with private sector, but also other government agencies and human resource management. And therefore, quite often I shared my experience that I got in India to share with other 180, 60 members of the WCO, and I'm sure that they are inspired very much by the move of India, which is a big country, but still very agile in transforming itself to adapt to the changing landscape of global trade. First, I was impressed by its movement for trade facilitation. When the WTO trade facilitation agreement was concluded in 2013, immediately India has worked very well to come up with a trade facilitation plus initiative to include all government agencies and the private sector to go beyond trade facilitation to provide a better environment for business. And that is really worthwhile. So I shared to my membership that this is the way that you have to transform yourself. And of course, that is also accompanied by the development of information technology. And at that time, every year I came to India to have a very good discussion, brainstorming session to how to move forward in using information technology. And nowadays, when it comes to data, AI was mentioned several times, but India is in advanced stage by creating data-driven culture in customs, but also it should be also worked with the private sector. And in this connection, I always appreciate FFI's contribution. But this organization holds the presidency currently of the International Federation of Custom Brokers Association and the driving power of the WCO's standard setting. When especially we were in a difficult stage of coronavirus, COVID-19, I had a weekly discussion with the private sector consultative group, and I got very much good advice from the private sector and the FFI through that dialogue. And also this spring in March, the IFCBA International Federation has organized a global conference on how to enhance partnership. And this is exactly the theme of this session. So you can learn or you can push forward this movement of enhanced partnership. Because in the end, we talked about IT or data or single window. What is most important is the partnership between the private sector and the public, but also between public and public, that is coordinated border management, and also private sector to private sector, AEO, and as was mentioned, India has been doing a lot in mutual recognition of AEO, which is also a global movement to counter the current challenging trade landscape, so that we need more alliance beyond the borders, of course, based on the alliance inside the border, but beyond the borders to have strategic partnerships. And this is how India, especially in your country that shows the most dynamic movement to support the private sector, especially small and medium-sized private sector. That is how custom brokers and freight forwarders, together with customs and the government, can help to really nurture the development and the economic development of India. And this should be, India is now, as you see, strategically located in the global trading system. So that will support also global economic development. And so I very much look forward to hearing you and how you are going to accelerate your movement in the future through this very important conference that starts today. I wish all the success of this global Indian conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kunio Mikuria, for your insightful words. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to hear from Captain BBJK Sharma, CEO, Navi Mumbai International Airport. A round of applause, please, for Captain Sharma.
A very good evening to all of you. Our Honorable Minister, present on the dais, Mr. Rahul Kaunteji, Honorable CBIC Chairman Sanjay Agarwalji, Mr. Punio, Dr. Dushyant, Shindeji and Sandeep here, and all my friends of the dais. It's been a very special moment that I get invited nowadays, though I've been from your community for many years. Having come into aviation sector and discussing with Dushyant about the air cargo movements and the requirements. As we speak, I was just checking with this, our chairman Ji, with Sanjay Agarwal, whether we are now poised to become the fourth largest economy. We have already become one. So we have become one. And yesterday we signed a very big partnership with Indigo, wherein they have committed more than 60% of my capacity. And as I see now, the demand is really outgrowing the supply. We think we are in a very good space. The supply is getting created at 7.7%, wherein demand is 9.6%. So you can understand how easy it is to do business in India. Nevertheless, we have authorities who guide us time to time. And to create customer experience, there's still a lot to do, and together along with authorities we can do a lot. As such, we are almost hitting 400 million passengers this year, likely to go to 480 million by FY36, and eventually by 40 billion passengers. When globally we are today at 17.7 and likely to go up to 22.3 billion by 2053. So there's a lot of opportunity. Our travel and tourism minister is here, wherein I am told contribution to GDP is almost 200 billion today. And this speed, if you continue to grow, it's going to be 512 billion very soon. And out of this, your leisure sector is itself 432 billion. As we have signed up with Indigo, I have seen the interest from other Indian airlines, and soon we'll be tying up. Navi Mumbai Airport, as such, we started in August 2021, wherein we had to create land to begin with. We had almost 45 temples inside, 127 structures, rivers had to be drained, mountain has to be tamed. We have done all that, and we are on the cusp of finishing. It's going to be a very boutique experience for all of you. We are also taking care of the connectivity requirement. To begin with, we are starting with 20 million passengers, where eventually we'll go up to 90 million passengers without asking for extra land from the government. In the air cargo, where we are starting at 500,000, will be eventually 3.2 million, what India is totally handling today. So while India will go to almost 10 million tons of air cargo by 2030, we want to be at least serving 25 to 30% of that all the time. Similarly, in passengers, we are reaching almost 100 million as a Adani group among all our 8 airports. The aviation market itself representing that today what we are at 15 billion is going to be almost 26 billion in next 5 years with the CAGR of 12%. While we have become 4th largest economy, we are also becoming 3rd largest air passenger market by already become rather. Indigo and Air India together have put 1,000 aircrafts on order. Today, with 400 aircrafts, Indigo does almost 2,200 movements. So they are the best turnaround masters. So that shows that they turn around one aircraft more than 5 times, and sometimes they even turn around 7 times on a short sequence. As such, what sir was saying, logistic cost, whether it's debated at 14% or 9%, indefinitely digits, and speed, scale, size matters. And we are doing a lot together, but still a lot to do to come down to a single digit of 9% and be comparable to 8%. All the ministries, especially Gati Sakti, is very well poised to help, and as government is very much focused. So I feel that with the contribution that this FFI is doing, it's very humongous, very well led by the past chairman, current chairman, and I see Dushyant working at night 12 o'clock and morning 6 o'clock. We have to learn this time management from Dushyant. How does he manage? There are new cases coming up where India's other opportunities are there in MRO sector and the seaplane sector. Please look into that opportunity. The Government of India has come up with some schemes for MRO, including the UDAN schemes. Some of you should look at it. It's very lucrative. As I said, in the cargo that we are doing, we are trying to give you the automated storage and retrieval system. And next page, we'll be doing 100% shipment tracking. We have truck management system and the community management systems with us. And on coming to the passenger experience, it would be better that you come and experience yourself. But while sir is present here, I would request sir, Chairman sir, Sanjay Kamalji, that together chilling effect, so the arriving passengers feel possible. And there are many other aspects that we are bringing in, including a lot of digital intervention, which you will experience firsthand. We are very careful about all the connectivity. People right from Lower Parel, Varli, and was asking, so Varli to Shivdi link is coming. So Shivdi as a node going into 3 different locations, Jimeno Road, Chowpatty, Varli. And I feel going forward, right from Varli to Injewadi, you should reach in Maharashtra. That's connectivity. If you are not coming to airport, still we are facilitating all the bypasses with the full lower loops and half lower loops. We are connecting all modes of transport on all 4 sides of the airport, including high-speed rail to suburban rail to metro rail from each end. Our cargo is mainly on the east side, the Panvel side, and we are taking care of the connectivity. When we become 3.2 million stage, your cargo traffic will be separated by layers. We will have another layer for the passenger movement. So please come and experience, and thank you for inviting me especially, and thank you FFI. It takes really a big effort to organize such events, and congratulations to the leadership team of FFI. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Sharma, for your insightful address. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to welcome Mr. Neeraj Ambani, President, Reliance Group. A round of applause, please, Mr. Neeraj Ambani.
Firstly, I would like to thank Dushan Bhai and Shankar Shindeji and the FFI for inviting me to attend this event. My regards to Mr. Rohan Kunteji and Sanjay Agarwalji and Dr. Vikurian and Captain Sharma. I think I will not take too much time today, and we've had a host of learned speakers already speaking before me. But I just want to share what my thoughts and experience has been with the entire import-export and what is the role which I've gladly experienced with regards to the forwarding community. So, my personal view is when you look at the entire import-export, my personal experience is having dealt with multiple customer house agents, forwarders, has been always one aspect that I have found all of you to be more knowledgeable about the way the business is transacted as much as the customs process or the forwarding process. And that has been such a good learning experience for me over the years that I think now there is not a single transaction where we don't consult our customs house agent and forwarder at the decision of doing the transaction rather than coming with the documents. I think that is the evolution I have always experienced with all my partners, and I think that is some due credit to the entire community for actually evolution of that whole mindset to being great facilitators for the industry, and so thank you very much for that. I would like to also thank the customs organizations. I mean, I think personally I have seen the evolution at least in the last 10 years, and there has been a lot of changes, a lot of improvements, and I think to a large extent, I can tell you from my personal experience that imports, like say when we would plan door to door, which used to be like say for electronics 9 to 10 days, we have been able to crash it to 5 days. Means that the industry may be now at a very pivotal point, right? Where you are seeing, and I'll cover this a little more in detail tomorrow, but if you're looking at it, the shipping industry is getting into forwarding. The forwarding industry, has its own unique, customized solutions. But the kind of way the different players are entering different products and offerings, what we are seeing is definitely a point where every forwarder will really now have to really look at where the value addition is. But on the other hand, what we are also glad is the way the government has taken trade to the next level with the FTAs. I think is for the first time where we are seeing where not only the GDP is growing, but we are prospectively seeing a massive amount of international trade growing in India with the kind of FTAs coming up. And that also presents a very, very large opportunities not only for SMEs, large businesses, big businesses, but also for the entire trade facilitation partnership that we have in this movement. So I think I would like to wish FAI the very best and heartiest best wishes for a very good 2-day, 3-day event and best wishes. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Mani, for your warm wishes and words. Ladies and gentlemen, before I invite Honorable Minister of Tourism, IT, ENC and Printing and Stationery, our guest of honor, Mr. Rohan Khawte ji, to address us, I would like to inform you that, and I'm really thankful to him for that he has been instrumental in helping us to organize this convention. He put his entire ministries forward to Shambhala and helped us with the government of Goa tourism, and in whatever way he wanted, he extended his full support and cooperation of his ministry. A huge round of applause once again. So I request now Honorable Minister of Tourism, IT, EC and Printing and Stationery, Rohan Khawte ji, to address us.
A very good evening to all of you. Whoever is not bored of speeches, raise your hands up. Or allow me to talk for 5 minutes. Well, Sri Sanjay Kumar Agarwal, Chairman, CBIT, Dr. Kunio Bikuria, former Secretary General, World Customs Organization, Captain PVJK Sharma, CEO, Adani Navy, Mumbai International Airport, Shri Neeraj Ambani, Group President, Reliance Industries Limited, Chairman, FAI, Shri Dushyant Mudhyani, Chairman-elect, FAI, my good friend Amit Kamath, other dignitaries of the days, admin personalities like Bob Costa, who is our own Goan, captains of the industry, government officials, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be very brief and crisp. Coming to Goa, having long inaugurals, people coming late, and the function starts late. I know how it is, so I do tender my apologies if it has been late from our side. But I found it appropriate to convey earlier to Amit that I'll be here by 5 o'clock. I don't know about the rest of the program. So, yeah. So, anyway, coming here definitely is a privilege to welcome the Federation of Freight Forwarders Association of India, FAI, to Goa. And definitely would love to pass my best wishes and congratulate you on this historic occasion, your Silver Jubilee Convention. Strategic partnerships are not just about shared goals, they are about shared journeys, shared growth, and shared futures. So this theme of enhancing strategic partnership, unleashing potential, resonates deeply with us in Goa. Because in today's rapidly evolving global economy, it is collaboration that fuels innovation, resilience, and scale. Whether in logistics or tourism, the sectors we lead are no longer linear. They are interconnected, experience-driven, and digitally empowered. FAI stands as a shining example of strategic collaboration in the logistics space. From policy advocacy with CBIC, NDP, IIT to global engagement through FIATA, IFCBA, and CCTD, you have built pathways that are not just transactional but transformative. You have helped Bharat move from hopes to possibilities. In the same spirit, we in Goa are building a new collaborative narrative in tourism, one that goes beyond beaches, that we say Goa beyond beaches, embracing culture, indolence, wellness, adventure, and more importantly, year-round, high-value tourism. And nothing exemplifies this better than your very presence here today. This convention with 650 plus delegates from across India is not just one of the largest in FAI's history. It is a case study in successful MICE tourism. Goa has emerged as one of the country's premier destinations for meetings, incentives, conferences and exhibitions with a track record that includes the International Film Festival, the IFFI, which brings global creative leaders together every year, the G20 summit events reinforcing Goa's global readiness, events like the Ironman 70.3 Rajasthan, a logistical feat that blends sport, tourism and infrastructure, and in Davos on the beach where startups, investors and policymakers converged in Goa's coastal environment to shape the future of our business. Now the question is, why do these events choose Goa? Because Goa offers a synergy of serenity and systems. With two international airports at Mappa and Dabolim, one in the north, one in the south, world-class hospitality, cultural richness, and robust digital infrastructure, we provide not just a venue, but an experience. And that's what makes us an ideal MICE destination. But let's go a step ahead. How can FAI and Goa collaborate beyond this event? Well, I had some ideas which I would like to put through. It is up to the team here to think about it. One is the tourism logistics synergy. We invite FAI to be a knowledge partner in streamlining logistics for possibly the cruise tourism, a key focus for Goa. Also, we can explore specialized logistics for luxury travel, high-value cargo, and event equipments critical to the success of premium tourism and festivals. Second is the skill development and education. Goa is investing heavily in skill development through its ITIs and tourism initiatives. FAI's training programs, especially for the youth, women and mid-career professionals, can be integrated into Goa's vocational ecosystem, making logistics a career of choice for Goan youth. The third is a digital and IT collaboration. As Minister for Information, Technology, Electronics and Communication, I do see a huge potential in building digital logistics platforms for real-time tracking of tourism supply chains, promoting blockchain solutions for secure documentation, freight and travel, and piloting smart ports and tourism hubs in partnership with logistics and tech companies. Goa is becoming a startup-friendly state with IT parks, co-working spaces, and sectoral accelerators. A joint platform between tourism, logistics, and IT can power solutions like integrated arrival management for tourists, baggage to hotel smart deliveries, event logistics optimization, and green logistics models for sustainable tourism. The FAI's global partnerships and tech-forward thinking can find a testing ground and a success story in Goa. As you celebrate 25 years of driving India's trade and logistics ecosystem, let us look ahead towards a future where tourism and logistics are co-creators of experiences, not just facilitators of movement. Let us imagine Goa not just as your destination, but as your collaboration partner in building digital, experiential and sustainable infrastructure. On behalf of the Government of Goa, I extend our gratitude and our commitment to walk this journey together. We share intent, innovative spirit and the power of partnership. I think we are here in Goa to celebrate and be here for the next 3 days. And I would like to say that as we promote Goa, as Goa beyond beaches, We have been talking not only about the sun, sand and sea, but we have been talking about spirituality, we have been talking about sports, we have been talking about software, we have been talking about wellness, we have been talking about adventure and many more verticals to the end. And the best part is, you have been here right during the monsoons. And from this year onwards, we have been aggressively promoting Goa as a monsoon destination. Monsoon has been nostalgic for many. Nature at its best, culinary at its best. Things which can be beyond the sea, something which you can explore right from the temples, churches to the exotic destinations that maybe the hotel or the travel the partner must be guiding you. But coming here for 3 days and going through discussions, coming up with solutions, I think will be a part of this convention. But I would definitely want to pitch that Goa beyond beaches and monsoon as a destination. I think you shouldn't miss out the better part of Goa. So in the evenings, I would expect you guys getting out of this place, going to and exploring Goa beyond beaches, trying the culinary experiences, looking at destinations like Aguada Museum, Dona Paula, which I don't know if has been listed in your itinerary. But what Goa is best, if you Google, you will definitely get this destination which otherwise may not be in your conventional travel itinerary. But while going on, do wear your shorts and t-shirts, not the conventional jackets. Maybe you are in Goa. So when you meet us in Goa, be like a Goan. Thank you. Dev Bhare.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, Mr. Rohan Kampili, for your address. We take your suggestions seriously, and I can assure you that FFI will engage with Government of Goa to implement the solutions you have brought forth on the table. FFI Federation shares a very strong bond with Goa. Goa was one of the founder members of the Federation, and I take immense pride and privilege in telling that the first convention of the Federation was also hosted in Goa. The 19th convention was also hosted in Goa. And we come back to Goa for the 25th convention. So that's testimony in itself that there is a strong bond between the Federation and Goa. We will take your suggestions very seriously. Ladies and gentlemen, we have amongst us one of Goa's brave officers of customs over here. Mr. Costa Fernandez, who is amongst us today. He was one of Goa's most fearless and upright custom officers during the peak of smuggling era in the 1990s. Known for his sharp instincts and unshakable integrity and reliance pursuit of justice, he took on gold smugglers, drug traffickers, and corruption within the system. In recognition of his exceptional service and bravery, he was awarded a President's Award in 1999. Mr. Costa Fernandez had intercepted a smuggling activity, and in real life interception, which could be in today's day, we could say straight out of a Bollywood movie. He intercepted and overpowered a smuggler who was brother of a political leader, and for which he was awarded the President's Award. We at the Federation will use this occasion and this forum to honor such a brave customs officer. I would request Mr. Costa Fernandez to come on the dais, and I would request Honorable Minister and Chairman Central Board of Indirect Taxes to kindly honor Mr. Costa Fernandez. Standing ovation, ladies and gentlemen, to be more appropriate. customs also would like to felicitate Sri Costa Fernandez, Commissioner of Customs Sri Sunil Deshmukh ji. And you all will be aware that recently there is a movie which is being shown on the OTT platform, Costa. It's a real nice story of Mr. Costa.
ये वो होता है टाइट किया तो भी वो होता
Sir, we would like to
है now this is happening now they must put away there is
Good evening, everybody. Honorable guests on the dais. I'm not having all the names on my list, so sorry for that. I'm not able to take your names. I'm here because these custom agents and customs, we are connected from inception of the customs. And this, actually, I got this courage from my NCC, and discipline, honesty, and bravery is come from my NCC times. And I wanted to do something for the nation. That was in me when I was small only. One incident has happened when I was in the school, and I was in the NCC, and every camp I used to attend. Leadership camps, mountaineering camps, whatever camps, I was always selected. And in the year 1971, the war which we had with the Bangladesh, that time I was in the camp, and one commander came and asked, who want to go on the border? I said, I am ready. Then he was surprised, other boys, then some other boys also they raised their hands. And they said, we have to ask your daddy. Then daddy said, no, he is still young. He doesn't know what is to face on the border. And daddy told me thereafter, you don't join in the military because you are very brave and you will do anything. But I said, this gave me the courage to do something for the nation. And as I was in the private job, and there I was getting a good salary, better than this customs. But I said, we can do something for the nation, then we have to join the customs. And that time, the smuggling was on top of the list. And unless somebody takes someone on the syndicate, we cannot stop it. That's why I have decided I will do it with the support of my department, and I could do it. And now, because of that, the movie is shot on me, named by Costa. And Nawazuddin has acted as me, as in the role of my character. And this could happen actually This movie would have been long back, 30 years back. So many directors came, but I refused. But when my one boss, P.K. Das, was given a lecture on me to my colleague officers that to become honest, disciplined and brave officers of customs. And he said, why not we make a movie? Then I asked my daughter, she is here, and she said, yes Dada, why not? The nation will get the message and someone may get courage and to become like you. And that's how this movie is happened now. And you watch the movie and you will see how difficult it is to be honest and discipline and bravery in this movie will show you all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Costa Fernandez. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we can put our hands together one more time for Mr. Costa Fernandez. Thank you, sir.
We would also like to felicitate our Commissioner of Customs, Sri Sunil Deshmukh. I would invite him to come to the days, and I would request our Vice Chairman, Mr. Dinesh Gupta ji, to come and felicitate Mr. Deshmukh.